I would fucking you.
Grab your seat, light it up, let's unwind. Kevin and Kerr bringing topics of all kinds, from cigars to sports, family and more. Everyday stories you'll want to explore. So take a puff or ponder away. Join the talk, it's the highlight of your day. Puff and ponder where the sparks ignite. Conversations blazing day or night. Tune in now, let the stories take flight. It's the Puff and Ponder podcast, where we get it right. From fast cars to last night's game, family laughs or today's big name. We've got the topics, we've got the vibe. Stay tuned in and enjoy the ride. So lean back, relax, take a break. Kevin and Kerr got the chat you'll appreciate. Puff and Ponder, the show that's great, where conversations ignite. Don't hesitate.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Puff and Ponder podcast, where conversations ignite. I'm Kevin from Cigar Prop, co-host Kerr Viajante, Stogie Road Cigars. What are you laughing at, Kerr? Could you hear me singing?
No, I was laughing.
Thank
I'm
God.
laughing at all the freaking AIs of Trump, like grabbing the freaking the red card and ripping it up.
Oh yeah.
They are just freaking too funny.
I just saw England beat Mexico. So this will only be the third time in what they say 79 years that anybody has beat Mexico in their home stadium. So they say it's pretty difficult. It's 2,000 feet higher than Denver Stadium.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, England beat them out.
That's crazy.
Yes. I need a cigar, Kerr. What are you smoking tonight?
I'm smoking I opened up for the 250th anniversary, our celebration of our nation's independence. I knew my dad probably would have loved to have been around to watch. So I opened up my Big Tony box that he signed, and
right on.
Having some cigars, in honor of my dad, and a grateful 250 years. Here's another 250 more.
There will never be a generation as patriotic as our parents. Like, I consider myself patriotic, but we, you and I didn't. I don't think we grew up in the like the era where we saw communism. We knew it was bad, the Cuban Missile Crisis and everything else, and the wars and everything else. Man, like I said, yeah, Big Tony, my dad, like that was that's
a generation prior, man. It was just a different, unique. Generation X is a really weird generation because I'd say the majority of us are just as you see with those memes shit. But then there's a certain portion of that Generation X that's trying to be younger than they are. And they try and adopt some of these newer ways. And it's like, you know what, man, just roll with it.
No, I'm always trying to be younger than I am, Gen X. So with my hip lingo and everything else.
Well,
so I'm
different. I don't. Yeah. That's different. I'm saying, it's like I guess it's that generational ideology and kind of swagger that you have, right? There's a generational swagger, right?
Yeah,
there's like almost a generational swagger type of theme or whatever you want to use. I'm lack of choice of words right now because I'm fried too. But I think that there's some folks who are always trying to, they're trying to just step it down a little bit and go to the next generation, try and be a little bit more generation, millennials and stuff like that. What's going on? And it's kind of weird, but yeah.
What's up, Derek? Yeah, I'm telling you right now, there hasn't been a generation alive that has had more swagger than Gen X. Gen X has swagger. Let's get to my cigar first, because I need a cigar. So I am smoking the Tatuaje Cabaiguan This is from an exciting new pack. So, Honest Abe DeBabna over at Smoke Inn has got together with a few media personalities, and we have created our own like essential smokes pack. So these are cigars for me. These are cigars that if I'm going away for a few hours or a day trip, these are the cigars that are in my travel humidor. So we got the Tatuaje Cabaiguan, the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust Sober Mesa. You know, that's a given. The Crown Heads Juarez. This was in the Shorty for 40 sampler.
Oh yeah,
always be near and dear to my heart. The Perla Del Mar Corojo. I got a little shorty. Jessica got me addicted to these Corojos. Absolutely fantastic. And then the Camacho. Is this the Broadleaf Toro?
Oh, nice. That's a good lineup.
Yeah, it's a good price point lineup. So I've got one. I know Coop's got one. There's a few media people that have theirs. So Abe sent us a few. We're going to be giving some of these away. So but if you can't wait, just go over to Smoke Inn and pick one up.
You send me one.
I will send you one.
Fucking Abe. No. How do you find them? Are they on Smoke Inn?
Smoke Inn website. I'll send you one. I got a few.
Also for anybody who wants to order them, you know, they're pricing at.
Yeah, I don't know, because I just changed it because we were doing we had a sampler there for my 2025 cigars of the year. So I decided when he told me about this new program with the other media people, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll hop on that one. I'll change up my 5-pack for my cigars of the year and over to this one. And the good thing about this new program is, like, you know, I can change it, you know, once a quarter. So if I feel like well, especially towards like when the winter time comes, I'll probably change it and put some smaller smokes in there so people that can buy it. And there'll be, you know, no Churchills or, you know, big cigars. You know, I'll be able to put some smaller ones in there. So that's enough of talking about Smoke Inn. They don't pay us to talk about them. So we'll move it along here.
Very good. But yeah, how was your 4th of July, Kevin?
Shit. I was stuck at home, you know, stuck on my back. You know, I had to leave work early on Thursday because I was scheduled for Saturday and Sunday off. First 2 days off and 22 consecutive days working. And which would have been 22. I think I ended up doing 21 instead. But yeah, it's just simple. I was bent over the hood of a car, you know, with my a multimeter checking fuses for an AC compressor. Literally just standing up, just like bent over, put the little tester in there, felt a pop in my back. You know, and the boss man was standing right next to me because it was like his wife's nephew's car or something, and I like instantly, I'm like, ooh, that's. He goes, what? And I go, ooh, that's not a good one. I've felt that one before, and finished out that car, and then got to my, you know, and then of course right after that, you know, we're shorthanded, so I get 2 vehicles in. I have to do 8 tires on 2 vehicles. They're both waiting, so now I'm humping, and I get them both done. I get in the one car to back it out, and I can't get out of the car. You know, back is locked up. So I just limped home. On the way home, called my chiropractor. You know, he got me in and did an adjustment, and then he's like, just do what you always do. You know, about once a year, I'll get a flare up, you know, for a few days, and just 20 minutes ice, 20 minutes heat, 20 minutes ice, 20 minutes heat, 20 minutes of stretching exercises, and then watch a movie, and then start all over again. So that's what I did for a couple of days.
That sucks. If you don't have back problems like that, it's really hard to understand it. And a lot of people think, yeah, it's like because I have the same issue you have like that. And it's like the damnedest stuff. Like, I remember a couple of years ago walking, and something fell out of my pocket, and I freaking stopped like kind of like was trying to pick it up as I was walking, and you feel that jerk in your back.
Yeah.
And the best way to describe it is it feels like someone reached in, grabbed your spine, and then just does whatever it wants with you, because that's your core. And when your core's jacked up, there's nothing you can do. And like you said, it's like, okay, oh man, that hurt. I kind of felt that pull. It was like someone yanking on those muscles. And then, like, to your point, whatever time frame afterwards, whenever you do something that locks in, you're like, son of a bitch. Now I'm locked like this. And so I gotta, like you said, you go to your chiropractor. I know I've done that before. I've gone and got massages. For me, I'd freaking take some pills and just have to lay on the couch for a couple of days and do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, me, I've got some really good exercises, and it was Sunday late afternoon, and I'm doing my exercises. Jessica's on the bed. We're just talking. I'm on the floor, and then I'm doing exercises, and I felt a pop, and I go, oh, there it is. There's one. I needed two pops, because I got 2 herniated disc, and I felt that pop, and it was instantly. I was able to get up by myself, and I'm like, oh my God, thank God. It was,
yes.
It was just so much better for the rest of the evening. And then laying down is what kills me. Kills me is laying down. It feels so much better. You can't, because, you're not moving, but
then you're screwed.
But then you're screwed.
Yep.
Sitting is the worst for me. Like sitting in a car, like sitting in this chair, it feels good. I got a nice new comfy chair. But I know in about 2 hours, I'll be limping out, out of this lounge. Let me address this yes, you don't have to season it. Don't season any humidor ever, unless you have a Daniel Marshall. Daniel Marshall humidors need seasoning because they're made out of real wood. So any other humidor, just nix that and tell all your friends, stop doing it. I'm
like you though, man. I'll lay on the couch and I got to roll off the couch. That's the worst. You got to roll off, then I crawl my hands and knees. Just go to the bathroom.
It's brutal. And then like I said, at least Sunday, I was starting to feel a little bit better. I went out, I went out in the morning because I was able to get up out of bed. Jessica was still sleeping. It's like 8:30. And she'll say, "Oh, I didn't sleep good." Jessica, you didn't get up till 9 o'clock. Tell me you didn't sleep good. She's like, I heard you when you left. Bitch, you were fucking snoring and you were out.
You heard
nothing. Then so I come back like 40 minutes later, and then she's like, I'm like, oh, you woke up. I was nowhere to be seen. You didn't call, you didn't text, nothing. I went out, got us some breakfast, some New York bagels. So
she was,
but yeah,
you were gone.
Yeah, like she's like, I didn't know if you went to work. Yeah, I went to work.
That's
so
hilarious.
But yeah, no. Other than that, no, because it rained pretty much all weekend, so we didn't have any. I mean,
here.
Yeah, other than some like neighborhood fireworks. There was no like fireworks shows. I think there were some on the beach out in the water, but we got it's so dry here. We got a burn thing going on. So what'd you guys end up doing?
Nothing. We were boring. Jennifer had the crazy idea about going downtown, and I'm like, it's like 105 degrees. Like, why?
Yeah, with all the people, like
There's
it would
people. But it was literally like 105 degrees. I mean, humid. I just sat around. I got some Guinness. I drank a couple of Guinness, had some cigars. We went down to Noble Leaf, had a couple of beers, had a Rocky Patel Freedom cigar. Just really did nothing.
Which is probably just an edge, with
it was an edge, yeah.
With a new band on it.
An edge with the Freedom. It's all right. But I mean, we didn't go see the fire. It's from about 8 o'clock till probably 11. It sounded like we were in a Sandinista freaking hideout, waiting for the rebellion to quell. It is always like that down here, but boy, oh boy, it was extra crazy. The one thing I was surprised about is normally for days after there's fireworks, and last night there wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
We didn't get any
Yeah,
rain. We were supposed to get some rain, but
yeah,
no,
you're right. I only heard, maybe for like 10 or 15 minutes. That
no,
was all, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's. I mean, it was kind of odd that way, but I mean, we had Jen cooked. Man, she made some good food. Freaking, I ate way too much. I think I had a food hangover more so than any of the booze. It was more food hangover. Oh man.
Yeah. I
Um,
haven't, when I'm in pain, I don't like, I don't eat that much when I'm with my back like that. So we had some hot dogs, hamburgers, and that's about it. I think I ordered a pizza one night, so.
yeah, we just my brother-in-law, my sister came over, and my niece and her boyfriend came over yesterday. They had some dinner. We hung out. Again, had some cigars, a couple of beers. But I mean, a real low key Fourth of July, celebration. Just you know, happy to that there was no serious issues. I watched all of these. Oh, I got a funny one for you. So I watch all these videos that are like showing all these firework accidents, which makes you say, I really hope my neighbors are smart. That's the moment where you're like, I don't have fireworks here, but I know they're going to be around me, and I hope the people
Yeah.
around me are not like the people on this video.
Oh yeah.
So we FaceTimed Joe yesterday, and I'm talking to him. I go, "How was your?" Because I knew he was going to be partying at his buddy's house all day on the fourth, and I said, "How was it?" He goes, "Oh man, we had a great time. We were doing this, and we had Roman candle battles."
Yeah.
And I went, your mom's sitting right here. He's like, yeah, that's why I'm telling you after we had it.
Yeah.
He goes, like the time I took the picture of us on a branch above hippos. I sent that to you after I didn't fall in and got eaten by hippos. I was like, that's a good point. He's like, it wasn't the kind that explode at the end, they're just ones that shoot out.
Okay. Well, that's better.
He goes, because I know, right? He goes, because we lit the first one off and it exploded. We're like, oh, okay, good thing. I was like, okay, it's a good thing that happened, right? But he's like, yeah, we were running down the street and shooting at each other. And I just handed the phone over to Jennifer and I said, here you go. And she just pretended like nothing happened. I think she just kind of those little compartments that you talk about in your head. I think that conversation just went right from her ears into a box, closed,
Yeah.
fucking immediately, and she
It's like Kevin's emotion box, Yeah,
it was exactly Kevin's emotion, but this was a Jennifer doesn't want to freaking hear it box.
Yeah.
It just goes right from her ear right into that box, and it closes immediately. And she just kept right on talking, like, "Hey, Joe, how you guys doing?" But yeah, it was pretty funny,
So,
moment.
William, the 84% humidity facts, those are only to season a Daniel Marshall humidor. Other than that, you should never use them ever. So yeah, it was Lacey lived, all his fingers, all his toes, all his eyes. Graham was up there at the Capitol. So it was just well, I mean, you can't get anywhere near. He didn't go, to like that any of that downtown. You just couldn't get there. He's like,
throw his uniform on. He probably could get a lot of places.
Probably. So, but yeah, he couldn't get anywhere near anything that was happening. So it was,
I can't imagine.
But it was still just cool. It'd have been cool just to be up there celebrating that.
Oh yeah.
You got Bear Duplessis. He got married in North Carolina on July 4th because he wanted to get married on the 250th birthday.
Oh wow.
I'm like, that's kind of cool. So I mean, he's still a fairly young cat, so he'll get to celebrate the 300th. So that'd be cool.
Travis Kelce got married to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I streamed the whole thing, nobody cared about that. But it was everybody's like, what that cost the taxpayers? Nothing. I'm pretty sure like any other event, they take care of everything. And people are like, oh, they had to close down the streets. Yeah, they do that for all events at the garden. Yeah, like all the events, like comedy shows, games, boxing matches, all of that. Like that all gets paid for by, by whoever's putting on that thing. So shut your face.
Yeah. So. Jen asked, who got married?
Yeah.
No, who got married? You said it on 4th of July?
You asking me or Jen?
You. I'm asking you. Jen.
Yeah, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
No, before that.
Oh, Bear Duplissa. El Oso Fumar. I can never pronounce his show. He's the big bearded guy that's always with Coop.
Okay.
Yeah, Bear. He was on I think 2 times ago when I was on Coop show.
Okay.
Bear was
you said it really fast, and then Jennifer's like, did Graham get married?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Bear Duplissa. So, and if anybody happened to watch, I was on with William Cooper and Eric Guttermison, and Aaron Loomis Thursday night. It was a good show.
Yeah, I was watching. I fell asleep.
It was. I didn't start till 10, so it was a little bit. But we went.
Coop, he burns a midnight oil.
He does. I mean, we went through. I mean, we could have really went. We probably should have done that 4th hour to get that last topic in. The last topic was really good. I won't give it away because I think he's going to hopefully do that topic again. But
what were your other topics?
Yeah. And it was we went through like list of cigar companies and find out like what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, like what they can do better. We did spend some time on Glenn Wolfson, who passed away from Drew Estate, and like who steps into that role. And I think Coop agreed with me that the smartest move is for Drew Estate to buy Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust and bring Steve Saka in as CEO of the company. Eric thinks it should be Nick Melillo with a foundation.
Oh, interesting. Buyout foundation and bring in Nick.
Yeah. So I don't think Nick's a suit though, like a CEO suit. Nick is he likes wearing his jungle camos and just traipsing through the fields of Nicaragua and just sleeping under the stars and in with the tobacco. And I think to give him an office somewhere, that's you might as well
cage an animal.
Might as well waterboard him.
That's funny.
Steve Saka, he's got that. He's
known for his 3-piece suits.
Yeah, but I think Steve Saka relishes sitting behind a desk, banging his fist, and be like, "Do better, more sales, greener tobacco, it's too green." It's
that's fucking hilarious.
So yeah, like he kind of reminds me of Mr. Spacely Sprockets,
Gotcha.
With Lafferty. So, but
that's
yeah.
funny. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Interesting takes. Interesting. Any other suggestions or guesses from the crew?
No, I think that was the two. I think Coop was with me on that one with the Saka. It's the smartest move. So
yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they what they do. It just sucks. Glenn was getting ready to retire at the end of the year, and we've heard this story, Kerr. I even said that on the show. I'm like, well, the takeaway here is don't ever announce your retirement. How many million times have you heard this story? He was just 6 months away from retirement. And usually it's one of my cop friends or firefighter, like the first responder. They're getting ready to retire and then shit goes down. So yeah. I don't know. It's got me thinking. I need to. I've sent an email to a couple of attorneys. I need to start my estate planning. I know I'm young, but got a lot going on. And it's all going to go to shit if I died, with my knee, my back, my shoulder,
you got to leave the 3D printing farm to someone.
Yeah, it's Jessica gets everything, and it's her problem after that.
There you go.
So,
problem solved.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
That's it.
If I'm still around, I'll get a phone call going, Kerr.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah. I know. If have you got everything worked out? Do you have actually? I know you and Jen aren't married. Like, Jessica and I aren't married.
I wouldn't. If I as of right now, if I were to pass, I think it would just be everyone would be angry because there's nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good. You know what? If you thought of, if you didn't like me before, you're not gonna like me. Sup, Bones?
Bones. Hola.
Yeah, bones. No, I mean, I don't have much of an empire to leave, but I mean, we have talked about it. It's one of those conversations that you have, but you don't want to have, but you got to have.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Man, Jen made this freaking vegetable puff or something, and it was delicious, but oh, sweet Jesus. Again, she's gonna wish again that she bought the brand name gas
the brand name versus the
last night she was not happy at all, and I was like, oh, okay.
Common law for South Carolina, I don't is anywhere common law anymore, so
I know Pennsylvania was. There is some where South Carolina does. They said they don't do common law, but they kind of do. But there's like all these different requirements that you have to like meet in order to be considered common law in South Carolina.
And like nobody meets them. Yeah.
No, because they're all over the place. It's really weird. Oh God, I was gonna look it up here, but it's just like you have to have like these multiple like. Has to do with when your relationship started, how you guys do bank accounts. It's all these crazy different processes. Like Pennsylvania is like if you live with someone for more than 7 years, you're common law,
Yeah.
And then I know here, and I think other states, it's like a lot of different types of freaking requirements. It's like, okay, both parties were old enough to marry, so they have to be at least 16. South Carolina. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Both partners agreed to be married. Both partners agreed to be married, not sometime in the future. The partners lived together. The partners acted like spouses, told others they were married. And I also read somewhere else where you're disqualified if you got engaged. If you got engaged and had intentions on getting married, then you can't be considered common law.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some fucking freaky like that when I was looking it up. Because I was like, okay, we meet that. And I'm like, oh, sorry, Jen. I proposed to you, so we don't meet the requirements anymore to be common law. But it's all like really weird shit like that. It's not as simple as you live together for 7 years and you consider each other, married to each other.
Yeah, exactly. Bacardi and Diet Coke.
So in Florida, unmarried partners can gain legal protection using tools like cohabitation agreement. So you can get a cohabitation agreement, Kevin.
Yeah, I need a because we just recently found out because I put Jessica on the mortgage, which I thought covered her for the house, but it doesn't because she never went on the deed. I was the only person on the deed since I owned the house. So and then since we're not married, she can't go on the deed. So I got to do what's called like a ladybird deed. And then but now that I mean we have I have so much going on, like I said, it's just I need to do an estate.
It's not recognized in Florida, buddy, not since 1968.
Yeah, so I need to do like an estate planning thing because like I said, I've got my she's on like one life insurance policy or two, and then Amber's my sole beneficiary on another one, and then it's just a bunch of a bunch of stuff, and I don't even know where all my policies are. Like if I died today, like everybody's getting screwed. I don't know where my policies are at. I need one of them file folders that you get that has everything. Yeah, I mean I have an accordion thing, but they have special one like. I think the title of it, on the cover says "So I Died," and then you open it up. And then you open it up, and it's got passwords and everything else. So,
gotcha. A little book of death.
Yeah, trying to shut this thing down. Oh God, it'd be a nightmare.
What you do is you put everything in there, and you put all the wrong freaking passwords.
Yeah.
So then for the first 5 to 7, 10 days, Jessica's like driving herself crazy thinking that she's fucking up by putting in the wrong fucking the wrong passwords.
Yeah.
And then she finally gets into an account that says, "Hey, haha, here's all the real passwords, Jessica."
Yeah. Yeah. And then she'll hate me for that. And then she'll hate me when the bills start rolling in.
That's right.
Cigar prop bill. Cigar prop doesn't have little bills.
That's
I know. I just got made my final bill. I got a pallet of fucking cigar journals coming. A pallet of them. The company that I was using, they're stopping. They do custom journals, and they're stopped doing that. They're only doing pre-printed journals now. So now I got 2,000. They just hit me with that bill today, for the second half of the deposit. So I got a pallet. I don't even know where I'm going to stick a pallet of fucking, like right in the middle of the lounge.
Pallet of journals.
A pallet of these journals. So
that's hilarious. Get to selling, Kev.
I know. What screwed me was COVID when they had, because they're in Michigan, a fucking blue state, and they had to shut down. And at that time, I was the number 1 selling cigar journal on Amazon, and I was selling like 100 a month. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy the number of journals I was selling, but I ran out. And they couldn't reprint them because they weren't an essential service in Michigan. So it was like 9 months before I got another order in. And I would place like 1 or 2 orders a year. And so since COVID, I finally went through that the last of a couple thousand. So yeah. Go from selling, all of those to selling a couple a month. So yeah, fuck it. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. So
I got to ask you something, Kev, because I saw a post that you commented on and reposted, which I think was great. Was the Fox and Friends in the morning? They visited the J.C. Newman factory, and one of the co-hosts made cigars for everybody.
Yeah, did you like how I did that video? I had to splice all that together for vertical. Actually, you may have seen you saw the horizontal video. I did a really good one for YouTube. It had to be vertical.
Oh, okay.
So some my mad editing skills on that one. So yeah, you saw the regular one. Yeah, that was a great part of the Great American Fair. How cool was that? J.C. Newman, and then the post got ruined.
Yeah, I saw the obviously I commented, but I think and not only that Jessica's post is still there, but I think if you removed his post, it's not, because her post I think went away.
Yeah. I deleted his comment, so hers that was under it.
So I'm the only one that looks like a mental patient.
Yeah, I made a comment though, just say just so people know, hey, someone commented, and now it's why Kerr's post looks weird.
I said 75% of my posts don't make sense anyways, but in 2 or 3 years it'll be gold, Jerry. It'll be gold.
It's gold. Yeah, the mental patient is, in my honest opinion, is the person that made that ridiculous comment on that post, which I deleted it so fast I honestly don't know exactly everything it said, and I don't know that, and I didn't read what Jessica's response was.
Oh, she ripped him pretty good. She was talking about how he has an art his business relies on artificial PR stunts like 500-day passes, because he can't serve they don't have licenses for alcohol or food. Give he's backlash from the public because of having bad reviews. And I know what she wrote because she commented during in our chat, and I was like, "Are you asking me to write that, Jessica? Like, are you telling me my talking points?" You know, or and she's like, "No, no." I was like, "Okay." It seemed like you were being very directive at that point. So, but yeah, she did light him up pretty good, and I think what's funny is as she was like talking about it, I was like, yeah, Kevin and I talked about him on the show a couple weeks ago. His
Yeah,
company. And she's like, "Oh, well, that makes sense." I was like,
yeah,
"Oh."
we never mentioned him by name. So Gary Brooks, yeah, little cigar drama.
No, we
So
mentioned the company though.
Yeah, we mentioned the company because I had posted a press release from Kevin the Commish Pero,
Right.
You know, that had said, you know, he had nothing to do. A lot of people were reaching out to him about this new cigar, the Commish from like Hampton Cigar Company. I don't know, where you know, they're based out of like
Hampton Cigar Manufacturing and Museum.
Yeah, you know, which the name Hampton kind of confused me, but because it's based out of Jacksonville. But from what someone told me online, it may be hearsay, because there was an article about that guy in like the New York Post. I'm not going to go into that because that's a weird article. And then he got kicked out of New York, and you know he's not invited back. That's what I'm hearing. Could be hearsay. I don't know. I'm hearing it from a third party. You know, but that's why it's now in Jacksonville, still called Hampton. You probably look up that guy's name, maybe New York Post article might freak you out a little bit. So I don't know, you know, maybe not, maybe there is no such thing. I don't know. Could be making all that up. So
I have no idea. I mean, I've never even heard of the guy. I never heard of the company until you mentioned it. When I looked it up and I looked at the cigars that they sell, never heard of the cigars. Not familiar at all. I mean, not that freaking, you know.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, if it's a smaller, I mean, not that they would be, you know, recognizable, but
yeah, you know, yeah, and it's and I got caught up into, you know, because this guy was emailing me, and then someone else was emailing me, and then, you know, supposedly his team, but the team sounded like him. I don't know if he's emailing me claiming, oh, it's my team. So I don't know, you know, so, you know, and then there's another company that got involved and they're emailing me as well. And I'm, you know, like, okay, what's your phone number? You know, we need to discuss this over the phone. And I'm like, hey, there's nothing to discuss here. You guys go about your business. I'll go about my business. We're all happy go lucky, you know, no big deal at all. And then apparently these guys must not know what CC or BCC is, because I got caught up in an email that I probably shouldn't have got, you know, and it pissed me off. Like they're talking about me, you know, like being I don't know, this guy that owns this company and this guy that owns this company. And I don't know what they're plotting on me, what their thoughts are, you know, but, you know, and then the guy's like, oh, you know, like, you know, basically when I said there's nothing to discuss here, it's like, oh, you're not getting off that easy or something like that. I'm like, well, first of all, I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, who are you? Never even introduced. You just chimed into this fucking email thread. Like, I don't even know who you are now.
Who is it?
And, you know, I don't know. I you know, it's like, I think the email just comes through as like Sarasota Cigars. Like Sarasota's like right up the road from me. Right. So, but he never introduced himself. So I don't know who he is. You know, so and then like now, like they're talking shit about me, and then I see this, the comment on this post, so I instantly go back in this thread, and I'm like, you motherfuckers need to keep my fucking name out of your mouth. You know, like I haven't blasted you. I haven't talked about you like personally, like your names, anything like that. And I'm like, this can get ugly really quickly.
I think the worst thing that was said during that conversation was that when you release a cigar like that, you have to know what you're doing or do some research when you're releasing a cigar, because you would be able to see very, very quickly that there's a guy in the cigar community who's established as the commish. And if you are going to do something like that, at least have the common courtesy and respect of reaching out to that individual.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst thing that we said during that show. Because I didn't even know the guy's name until now.
Yeah.
Now I fucking know his name.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, and this all started off like friendly because he reached out to me one day. I don't know on what platform that he reached out to me about, and he wanted to know how a cigar company got like how I picked the cigar companies, and if to do like a funny video or a posting, right. Like how that would go about, and I'm like, well, I mean, they're if it's a company that like a new company, I'm like, I'm always willing to give someone a shot. If they have a good cigar,
yeah.
I'll smoke it, throw it up on the gram, and that's it. If you want something after that, and after we've developed a rapport, there's a fee on that. I don't do this for free. Right. If I like your cigar and depending on what you want, because I don't do video. I mean, you talking about like a posting or a video, you could be 3 or 4 hours worth of work into that. Right. Like I'm not doing that for a 5-pack. Yeah. I'm not doing that for a 5-pack. I've been doing this long enough. I've built up my reputation, my follower base. It's not a big fee, but there is a fee on that to cover my time, and he's like, oh, okay. I'll send you a 5-pack. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I've got probably half a dozen 5-packs in there from the same other people. And that's how I know they don't care, because I smoke 1 or 2 of the cigars and they're dog rockets, fucking garbage. Don't post them. And then I just wait till they reach out to me. Like, hey, did you get the cigars? And then they'd be like, only one company. And I'm like, yeah, they weren't good. I'm not going to post them. But these other companies, they never reach back out. And I'm like, you're not a real company anyways. Then, if you're not following up with, with feedback from, someone you sent a 5-pack to. So whatever. So, but yeah.
So essentially this guy reached out, you guys kind of had a little bit of back and forth, nothing too major or serious. And then obviously you posted, the article about the thing about Kevin. We mentioned him on the show, or the company on the show. And then he freaking blasts you. Again, as I posted, it's JC Newman's moment. And you take it, it's your opportunity to make a comment, and he completely went after you because you're mechanic and tattooed and all the other shit. So I don't know. I mean,
yeah, yeah, they mentioned the mechanic thing in like their email thread. Yeah, and it's just like I don't know, like a derogatory term, and I'm like who are you? I mean, it's just, yeah, I'm a blue collar guy. Fuck it. I own that. I own it.
Yeah, I kind of laugh because of his different cigar. He claims to have 22 cigar brands. And
he has 22 cigar brands
that he says he owns. Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm just listen. Don't kill the messenger, right?
Yeah. Where did you find that out? Was that on his post or was that like on his website? Yeah. Oh, okay.
On his website. They can make custom brands, your brands. They can make your own custom shit in 3 weeks. But he's got like he's got he's got the New Orleans collection. He's got Hood is Good collection for gas station owners.
Oh.
Minimum order is 10,000 cigars. You buy them for $32. So Hood is Good cigars. It's the brainchild of his. And and he's got some LGBTQ community cigars. So apparently, maybe he should come out with a tattooed mechanic cigar.
Yeah, it just sounds like you just if you throw enough cigars at the wall, one of them might stick.
It might. I mean, it's it's like Michael Scott Paper Company.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of names. I got a bunch of names out there.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of names out there. It's just paper. That's one of them. Just paper.
Yeah. Yeah, just paper. Hey Gary, did you see I got the Cigar Prop Essential Smoke Sampler from Smoke Inn. So we all I saw Coop I don't know what Coop's is on his, so I gotta go look at everybody else's sampler.
Is everybody different?
But yeah, everybody I don't know what Coop's gonna have something weird. Like his he's oddly specific, like the cigars he smokes. It's just they're always great cigars, but I always have to look them up. I'm like, what is that? You know, and then you look like, oh, they've been in business for like 40 years. And I'm like, I've never heard of that, you know. And it's like now I have to try it, you know. So
that's hilarious.
So
Kevin didn't pay me to say that. You did not.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's I don't know why people, you know, I don't know why first of all people would try and pick a fight with me. You know, like I'm really not the guy, you know. Like, you know, it's just if you know, like I'll just blast you and I'll deal with consequences and repercussions later on, you know, but I'll take you to fucking town, you know, and especially if you're that close to me, like we'll you know, I mean, if you want to talk, yeah, I mean we'll meet halfway somewhere. You know,
it's just they don't know, they're not familiar.
Yeah, like a nice neutral location, you know, like a real cigar lounge, and we'll meet up, have a cigar and a drink, and we'll see where things take or go.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it's I mean, it usually people like that don't know or they don't care. I mean, and it just seemed out of the order. It just seemed out of. I mean, I guess now that you've described and explained this whole email back and forth, there's more when you peel back the onion. But it just seems like it came out of left field. Like there was a really nice article about J.C. Newman. They were featured on Fox and Friends. They were talking about how they made cigars for, you know, the people there. They're going to go out there, the outside, they're going to smoke. It was all great. And then this comment came up and I'm like, fucking seriously?
Yeah, you know, read the room, buddy. Read the room. Maybe pick one of my other posts, you know,
right,
to blast me on, or post on your own personal page, tagging me in it. You know, how about that versus going and finding one of my posts and then making a comment that makes you look horrible. So, but yeah, because on a post like that, like, because it's not the first time it's ever been done. You know, you've seen it before and you're like, oh, that guy's got a fucking grudge. You know, it's
well, like you said, room, man. I mean, you know, there was a great moment there. It was a great art. I mean, it was a great, you know, clip. You know, and it was really great that it was nice to see getting that type of national attention, especially this time of year. Nice little shot in the arm for the cigar community.
Yeah, you know, it was, and I loved what they said. You know, if you love America, you should love tobacco. You know, and it was just like, I'm like, wow, like they said that on TV. Like, you know, that was, I mean, that was so cool, you know, to hear that, you know, to hear that on TV. If you love America, you should love tobacco. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's it was the cornerstone of America.
Yeah. I you know, how many, I mean, thousands of tons. I mean, how much tobacco did we send back, you know, over to England? And, you know, that was our big FU to them. You know, try to bully us. We're going to give you cancer, you know? So, but, yeah, it was, super cool to hear that, you know? And it was super cool to see, you know, the Newmans, you know, on the factory, El Reloj, you know, which is like, for Jessica and I, it's like our home away from home. You know, it's just I mean, whenever we're up there, and other people say the same thing. You know, like they go out of your way, you know, their way to make you feel like this is your, you know, like this is your place to be. You know, and I know we've explored every square inch of that factory from before and after, and from the rooftop and everything else. So it is kind of like our clubhouse, a cool place to go. So just to see that get some, like I said, national recognition was so awesome.
No, it was very nice to see that. And it was a good promotion for them, especially when you talk about, rolling their own cigars and making their own cigars. I know that they've, have been, the second oldest, cigar company in America by a year.
By 1 year. Chris Topper, Topper cigar, Topper cigar tops them all. So
1 year, you got that 1 year.
Yeah.
I got that one letter from Grandpa, great grandpa says, "Oh shit, we're the oldest." But still, they've done a lot. Obviously, being in business that long, and have been a huge impact on the community, especially the economic importance of it. It was really great to see.
Yeah. Just that whole area. It just they're building it back up, and it's becoming a lot nicer than what it was. It's and the cornerstone is this old factory. With the brick factory with the clock. That's what El Reloj means, the clock. And it's just they got the hotel across the street. They got the
they fixed that up, didn't they?
They got the Tobacco Workers Park they cross the street, beautiful park. But we're super excited because they're going to invite us over to the hotel. I don't know if it'll be for the grand opening, but it'll be either for the grand opening or shortly after. We're going to stay in one of the rooms, and it's going to be super cool. Just the I love stuff like that. Just the heritage, the memory, and I know there's not a lot left of the building because it was just, it's over 100 years old. So the only thing they were able to salvage was the exterior walls.
Right.
But they're, it's going to be, very reminiscent of what it used to be. So.
Well, yeah, they do a good job on restoring it. It may not be the actual or natural. It's even like when you talk about the White House. Of all the renovations, it's like, everything inside has just all been redone. There's very few items inside that are from the actual White House, more of the shell that is the actual.
Yeah, if you change, what was the old phrase about the is it Odysseus and his ship? If over time, you replace it's always ships always going through maintenance, and you replace all the nails and all the boards and all the sails and all the ropes. At one point, does it not become the ship of Odysseus anymore, and it becomes the new ship, or is it still always the ship? And if you saved all the boards and the nails and the ropes from the old ship and you built a new ship, is that now, I think it was Odysseus. Is that his ship, or is the other ship that he's sailing his ship? So.
A little too deep for Monday
it's a little too deep for
a little too deep. I got where you were going, but I was not sailing in that direction.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. But yeah, that was it's been so hot here lately. And I know you're in Florida, so I realize
it gets hot. It gets hot everywhere. It gets the Pausers in Alaska say it's hot, and I believe it's hot to them. So.
Right. But it's been hot and humid. The humidity's just been relentless. Yeah. But we did get our sinkhole filled.
Yeah, you got the between you and the neighbor's house.
And I felt bad because they were, it was hot. Those guys were digging that shit.
Yeah. No, your neighbor's still there, or they move out?
They're still there. Yeah.
Okay.
The daughter moved out with the boys. They got their own place.
Okay. I thought you said they were all. I misunderstood. No. I thought they were all leaving.
No.
So, because they're the ones that drove. Yeah, they're the ones that drove in there and found the sinkhole, right?
Nah, they didn't find it. They drove out. Their actions opened the sinkhole.
Oh,
okay. And they drove off. I walked out, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I saw in my video, like, you just didn't drive off the driveway. Like, you're F-150's front tires sank to the point where your whatever the frame or whatever hit the cement. So it created a hole that was probably about a good 3 feet by 1 foot. And then when you looked in there, it was like, the beginning of every fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, look at that, there's a hole. It looks like it's pretty deep.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you go in there and see how far it goes?
Yeah.
So it went down probably about a good 25 feet.
That's how far it went down?
25 feet. Yeah.
Wow. Now, whose responsibility was that to take care of that?
Well, they called Greenville County. They came out and said it's not our fault because they checked everything. Then the people who do fiber optics, I can't remember their name. They actually dug one of their centers, one of their stations at the top of it, but this started like they were like, it's not our fault, so they had to go through homeowners insurance.
Oh, so it was the neighbors had to take care of it.
Well, yeah, it was their problem.
Oh man,
yeah.
Wonder what that costs, like something like that, because a hole that big. What they do, just fill it with sand and rock, or what was that procedure?
What they did was they got some guy from their church who has a business. Because you're in the South, every story.
Kerr Sinkhole, great cigar name.
That is. But as every story in the South starts off with, I got this guy at church. So they got this guy at church, super nice guy, he's on a business, came out and he said, the initial sinkhole was around where the power lines were. So like we had the Duke Energy come out, we had gas come out, and everybody kind of marked off their areas and painted off their areas. So you had a hand dig around that. And then after they got past that, they brought in an excavator, a rented one, and had to dig the rest out. 5 to 10 minutes within that, I hear, and I look out, and there's freaking the tread was freaking was laying flat.
The track,
the track. So they're sitting there discussing how this is going to get fixed. And there's a rental, and the guy's like, well, we got to do ratchet set. So I'm like, bring over my toolbox. I'm like, here you go, guys. So about half an hour to an hour later, they got it fixed. Dug everything out, and then they backfilled it with dirt, clay and dirt. He said at one point it looked like there was a sinkhole somewhere that someone filled with sand, which is just stupid, and then filling it with rocks will just allow water to flow, which will then create more sinkholes down the line. So they just backfilled it with all this dirt, and then they're watering it so it settles, and they're going to bring in some topsoil.
Man, do you guys have sinkhole insurance now?
No,
neither do we.
No, it's funny. I was talking to our neighbor, and he's like, he goes, I don't know, man. It's been 25 years. We never had a problem here until this happened, that happened. Well, across the street.
Yeah,
that area over there, that did sink down, and then they had to come out and fix it. That was a couple of years ago, and then probably about 5 years ago down the street. You know where that water? Yeah, there used to be across the street till that sank in. I go, so there were some sinkholes like prior. It makes it seem like there was no issues in the neighborhood, but within 5 minutes of your declaration that there hasn't been any maybe in this vicinity, I agree. No sinkholes, but there have been areas within the neighborhood that have sunk.
Yeah, I hear that when people say cars. I've never had a problem before. Nobody ever does. You never have a problem until you do. It's you never have a problem until you do.
Yeah, but I had to laugh at that because the more you start talking, I was like, well, there's been some sinkhole problems there, buddy.
Yeah. So what you're saying is the whole neighborhood is a sinkhole. That's what you're getting at, guy.
Well, apparently, this was built in the 90s, and prior to that, it was a lot of farmland and obviously, forests and trees and such. They believe that when they were going through and knocking everything down, that some bushes and trees and stuff actually got buried or
and
buried, and they just decomposed, which then creates a freaking
buried. Yeah.
Well, people say, I'm sorry, but people say buried.
Yeah.
And it's Buried.
Yeah.
you don't have a bear, you have a burr,
Yeah.
you know. But I say buried. But yeah, they believe there's some decomposing of those brushing just causes a freaking natural freaking hole. And thank
Yeah.
God. I mean, I laugh, but thank God that they ran it over with their car, because that would have been a fucking. Well, Kev, what happened was I was mowing the lawn and then the fucking ground. I mean, I'd be
Yeah.
here in a cast with my
Or,
foot
or,
up.
or yeah, or it'd been like someone parked their car there overnight, and he came out and like, it's
Well,
it's
yeah, or
gone.
it was going under their driveway, not
Yeah.
ours. But
Yeah.
it would have definitely collapsed due to mowing the lawn prior to this probably collapse of someone driving their driveway. And it would have been me. I'll cut the middle strip, because we go back and forth and cut the middle strip. Oh, I'll cut the middle strip this time.
Well, no, you'd have been cutting it on a Sunday and everything would have been fine, and then Monday morning it happened and the neighbor's like, "Hey, Kara, what'd you do? We saw you out there mowing yesterday. Did you do something?"
Yes. While I was mowing, I decided to freaking go and dig a 20-foot trench, 4 foot deep underneath you, so I could set a trap like they do in freaking Game of Thrones. But it definitely would have collapsed on somebody, and it would have been bad news.
Where the bar's at, he sent him to the local town. Looking when I was
Reverse.
I was in South Carolina, or is it North Carolina at the what was that little town where they filmed the show Moonshiners? That's where my buddy Butch lived, and the one moonshiner was there, and I got to meet him because they were at a festival, and it was like a wild game festival. So everybody brought everything else, all the different wild game, and I got to try bar. And he kept saying that, "You want to try? How do you like your bar?" I'm like, yeah. After a couple times, like, oh, he's saying bear because we're at a wild game festival, So and I did not like his bar. It was nasty. I don't like bear. So, but yeah, that's the last time I heard bar. It was that guy. So
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some areas, man, especially like down here. Was that Maggie Valley? So I know Jessica always talks about Maggie Valley.
Outside Maggie Valley, it's where the tail of the dragon is. Whatever town that is in, the tail of the dragon in North Carolina. If you just type in tail of the dragon, you'll find it.
Yeah. That's oh man. Yeah, that's quite a road. That's quite a road. Robbinsville.
Yeah. Robbinsville, yep. Yeah, people come from all over the world to ride that. So I missed this comment up alone. Nerdy Geeks, hope you're doing well. Quick question about electric humidors. Mine is cedar line, but after a few months, the cedar aroma has faded. Any tips on bringing the cedar smell back? If it's real cedar, real cedar doesn't go away. It's always there. So a lot of times they'll. I notice in a lot of electronic humidors, they'll say they use cedar. And then it like the smell goes away, and it shouldn't, cause then I got my walk-in humidor with real kiln dried Spanish cedar, and that smell never goes away ever. It's been years now, and that smells just as much. So I don't know what they're considering cedar. I don't think they're using kiln dried Spanish cedar.
Cedar substitute.
Because the cedar family is big.
Yeah, plus there are other woods that are cheaper than cedar, but they actually do the same, not necessarily the smell of cedar, but it does have the same, components of absorbing and giving.
Yeah, I believe Brazilian cherry, if I'm not mistaken, is the same. And then there's a Brazilian walnut, I believe. Which actually does better than cedar, as in absorbing humidity and then putting it off. But I think the cedar just imparts a certain note in your cigars, and it's better aged. That's why we're using kiln dried Spanish cedar. So
yeah.
Oh, so cedar's a mahogany. That's what I'm, that's what I'm thinking of, like the mahogany family. So,
but yeah, I mean, it's like you said, they use these wood substitutes because they still have the same action and the benefits of cedar. They just don't smell like cedar.
yeah,
Strong, But like you said, within that cedar family, that's why a lot of these places, if you're on the road and you're like, oh shit, there's someone who's selling cigars. It's a CBD and blah 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 head shop, and you go into they usually have your usual suspect cigars, but they use cedar, like Amish freaking cedar cabinet cedar, Amish freaking cedar foot, cedar chest cedar, where you walk in and after you grab cigars, you come out and you smell like a freaking Amish freaking blanket for about 30 minutes because you have absorbed that cedar that is cedar.
That's it. If you use red cedar, you will wreck your cigars.
Yeah.
Red cedar is very, very aromatic, and it will overpower your cigar, especially if it's in a small like electric humidor. Your cigar, you will only taste red cedar.
If you like the flavor of cedar in your cigars, then go for it. I'll tell you what, man, there's a couple of places around here that I go into, and I know that there's some cigars sitting there. When you walk out, and I start laughing because I'm like, okay, they'll have some Rocky Patels, they'll have, some Drew Estates, some My Father's, all this stuff you get online. And I'm like, woo, I don't remember freaking the Edge having this deep cedar flavor. Oh, what's this, a Camacho? Deep cedar flavor. They all have cedar flavor.
Yeah, that red cedar's nasty stuff. Good like Larry said, linen closets and keeping the moths away, I believe, is what the red cedar is good for. If you're cutting Spanish cedar, though, make sure you wear a respirator because it's not good though. And the tobacco beetles won't touch your cigars though. LOL. Yeah, they don't like that. All my shelves are made out of, and I don't remember the wood now. Super toxic to any pest. Anything takes a little nibble out of that wood, dies instantly, but it doesn't impart any aromatics. But they did warn me at the lumber yard. He goes, you make sure you wear a good respirator when you're cutting this. He goes, it's not toxic, but if you inhale it, it's like inhaling cayenne pepper. And he goes, you will regret not having glasses and a respirator on. And really? I made one cut, and it was like the cinnamon challenge, but with red pepper flakes. I'm like, oh, that guy wasn't lying to me.
That's funny. I'm trying to find the name of this. When we drive up north, we go up like Caesar's Head. Like when we go up north of us to Hendersonville, there is a road that it goes up the mountain, and it is, I don't think it's as treacherous as Devil's Tail, but it's some part on the devil because it's very, very windy all the way up the hill and all the way down the hill. I'm trying to find out what the name of it is because I see there's one called Gear Highway, and I'm like, no, that's not it, man. That's just not it at all.
Ray, we need to get back up and see you. It's it seems like we've been so busy, like at least 2 or 3 times we got, hey, we going up to a mouth hole this week or tonight? I'm like, we got this going on, this show going on, and I've been dying for a cheesy beef, and Amber was, I don't know if Amber got it. Amber was, and it was after, cause, they sell out, Mouth Hole Barbecue, in Sarasota in the Gulf Gate area, if anybody's in the area. But Amber was, like messaging us, and it was like late afternoon. And she's like, they won't answer their phones, and they're not answering their messages. She's like, I need them to save me a cheesy beef. And because they always sell out, and I'm like, you need to send Ray a friend request, and then like you need to message him at lunchtime, or after lunch, right before they're closed and they reopen for dinner. Hey, save me a cheesy beef. So, because she's in there, she goes, I need something drizzled in my mouth, my mouth hole. So, and it's, but yeah, I don't know. Okay. Amber did get her. So she was having a little mini freak out,
little panic.
Yeah. Now Jessica, in her defense, since I haven't been able to get up for the meatloaf, like every week she makes me, her version of the mouth hole meatloaf, and that's what Stouffer's meatloaf, over a bed of rice, it's not the same as a freshly smoked meatloaf. Just throwing that
A for effort.
Yeah, A for effort. So I definitely appreciate, and I do eat it. So but yeah, it's the food is just I tell you, it's one of those destination places, you see it on, like one of those places that's you see on the Travel Channel or whatnot, and it's just like, hey, we're only 2 hours away from Mouth Hole. Should we stop by? And then and it's the wife like, what now? I'm like, yeah, it's only 2 hours out of our way. We should go.
Yeah.
So
well, that's where you got to get if Guy ever does a cigar event down in that area.
That's it. That's what needs to be done, because it's it's the food, it's the cigars.
Yeah.
But Ray is all on Steve Saka's tip and not on Eric Espinosa's tip, or Guy Fieri would probably have been there already. So
yeah, last time I checked, Steve doesn't have a show.
Yeah. That's it. But like, it's one of those places, you see Dave Portnoy, talk about, he'll be doing his pizza reviews, and he'll come out and he goes, they begged me not to do a pizza review, like they can't handle the business that they have, because they're already making as much, and their pizzas sell out every day. It'd be the same at Ray. Like they're making the maximum amount of food that they can make and serve in a day, and they're selling out before closing time, so
yeah,
it's it's you just, if Guy showed up there and like did anything, it would irritate us, like the regulars. It's like, come on, I've already got to call, hours ahead of time to get my cheesy beef. I don't want to have to call 2 days ahead of time now to get my cheesy beef. So
I want to come down and visit and try it out, man. You're always talking about it, and every food item that you mention is right in my fat man wheelhouse.
Oh yeah, it's the meatloaf, like so the cheesy beef. Whenever they have the brisket chili, brisket chili with like the little pickled jalapenos, or just oh my god,
stop!
It's just the skull cornbread, the banana pudding when it's available. It's and I know she can make the banana pudding more often, but then we would just all be accustomed to it, and then we'd stop buying it. But now it's like, hey, there's like banana pudding, and I'm like, fuck, now I have to go up because to get the banana pudding.
Yeah. We just watched America's Top Chef or something like that. Jennifer, she's listening. She can give the show, but they were just in North Carolina, I think the last season, and then they came down here to Greenville. And they talk about the different restaurants, and it's like, you know what, man, I like the guy's show, where he goes to these different dives and diners. Andrew Zimmer, same way, he used to do that show. We actually found a place that is no longer around. He was down in Charleston. They said, if you want the best fried chicken you've ever had, we have to go to Martha Lou's. And it wasn't even part of the show. And they're like, all right. So like sometimes he'll stop off at places, and he was like, this is hands down the best fried chicken I ever had. So we went to Martha Lou's, and it was this cinder block building. And when we first went there, I think it was the first time, second time we went there. We showed up, and we were just right when they were getting ready to open. And the ladies were coming in with bags right from the grocery store. and I held the door for them.
Yeah.
And then they all went in and they have like all these crock pots in the back, all set up. Kevin, sweet, fancy Moses. Small place, hot as shit. Best fried chicken, best freaking cornbread, best fried pork chop. I mean, some of the best food I've had. Fantastic. It was just this little freaking out of nowhere. Martha Lou's in the back, sitting there freaking ordering everybody's around, everybody else freaking, zipping around there. Just a handful of older women just freaking cooking food. And the freaking the collards were fantastic, just outstanding. And if it's packed, if you got to sit outside and wait, they had the back seat of an Astrovan out there that you can sit on.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I remember the first time when we went up to North Carolina, Maggie Valley, and we were going to go visit Jessica's friends that she hadn't seen in a few years, and they're going to cook us dinner. And Jessica, hey, she's like, what do you want, like for dinner? I'm like, I've never had like an authentic Southern dinner, fried chicken, like the whole works. Mm-hmm. And she's like, all right, so she's going to make you. She spent like the whole day making this meal, and it was the best fried chicken I've ever had. Like the greens, the mashed potatoes, just the cornbread. And everything was from scratch. Everything was my great grandmother's recipe, handed down. And it was one of the best meals, because it was just a Southern meal, because it was around the table, the whole family, like the kids, like there's just like good conversation. And it was just a good meal. One of the best meals of my life.
I'll tell you what, man, I've been, previously married to a Southerner, being to all the different, houses. Everyone's got a casserole. Being to all the different restaurants down here. I got to tell you, when you ever come up and visit again, you want a good Southern meal, is cooked by a white chick from New Jersey.
Yeah.
I swear to God, Jennifer literally makes some of the best collard greens I've ever had.
Yeah.
She does grits. She does the black eyed peas. Her fried chicken, awesome. She does fried, just everything. She makes I told her, I was like, it is hard to believe that I'm eating a meal and you're looking at me going, and if your Jersey accent, asking me if I like it, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it doesn't add up. This is not adding up for me with what I'm eating and the person. But Jennifer's a fantastic cook. It's amazing that freaking I was able to lose weight. I know where I picked it up from over the years, but just some of the best collards I've ever had. She makes them, and she's like, well, I looked at this recipe, I tried mixing this up, I tried doing this, and then she'll try something, I'll be like, don't. She's like her dad. It's like, don't fuck up your recipe, man. When that's your recipe, that's your fucking recipe. Don't go, well, I'm gonna try. No, don't. I'm gonna try. You do this. It's the reason why these freaking folks have family members with recipes that are passed generation, because they don't change it. They don't say, hey, you know what, I'm going to try a smoked freaking turkey leg instead this time. No. Yeah,
it's my grandmother, my dad's mom was that, she had like the little tray of cards, and like it was like that was the most valuable thing in the house,
Yeah.
And nobody was taught, nobody got that card. You were just, you were shocked. Oh yeah, you want to make my famous cobbler? All right, come on, we'll make it. And then they're like, but grandma's made it 800 times, so she's just throwing ingredients in, and you're like, well, how much flour was that? She's like, oh, like like a cup or so,
Something like
or how much is that? A handful, just a pinch of this. And it's, and then you try making it and it's just like, you can't replicate it because grandma knew what she was doing, because God forbid anybody, make that cobbler, in my grandmother's case, it was the rhubarb pie, that my dad and everyone loved,
pie country. It's pie country.
Yeah,
Kramer.
Ohio pie country.
Well, that's why it's world famous. It's the reason why these foods are so good is the consistency. Look at Gary. My ex used to piss me off. I sent him to the store for ingredients. No, you can't substitute. You can't. No.
Like there's a reason why a small bottle of vanilla is like $15 for like an ounce, because it's real. No, you can't buy the McCormick's, 18 ounces for a nickel, and expect anything to taste the fucking same. So it's the only thing I wish I'd had. Like my grandmother on my mom's side, my mom's mom, her family used to do their own vanilla in Ohio, like the brown bottles, make the vanilla, and they would sell it in like their version of the convenient, like the drugstore, the hitching post, so and they did that.
Or the
for like 100 years it was Dobbenmeyer's, vanilla extract, real vanilla extract, and it's just, but it's expensive, but it just makes it better.
It's good. I got a gift last birthday. My friend I used to work with out in Vegas. We always exchange, birthdays and whatever. We exchange gifts back and forth. She sent me this packet from Box Hill, and it was this blueberry, and I'm like, okay, it's a little bit different. It's two bottles of blueberry juice, some blueberry powder, and all this stuff, and read through the ingredients of different the ingredients, but then also they had some different cocktails and foods and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. So kind of sat there, and then one day I was like, you know what, man, I got to do something. So I pulled it out and I did a shot of it, and I'm like, this is the reason why it's fucking good and expensive. It's like, how we say that. I don't know what grape is, but grape's got a flavor. Purple's got a flavor. Yeah. This was blueberry. It was not sweet, not sugary. It was so flipping good. It had maybe, I don't know, very little calories per shot. And then I was like, okay, so this and freaking pineapple orange juice and tequila mixed together, I was like, sweet Jesus, this was the best drink I ever invented, just out of nowhere. But it was just that one ingredient that is, like you said, it's just off the beaten path, a little bit different. Pure. It's pure. Yeah. It's great. And it just turned it just took the acidity out of the pineapple orange juice. It added that blueberry flavor without it feeling like it was sugary synthetic blueberry. Just awesome stuff.
Yeah, I remember so many years ago, and our friends from Vermont, and this is before Jessica, our neighbor, they're all from Vermont, so they've got a family that come down, and we've all become really good friends, and they brought me a jug of like real Vermont maple syrup. This is probably more than 10 years. This is probably going back 15 years ago, and I'd never had like real maple syrup, like real, and like you can't go back. Like, no offense, Aunt Jemima, but you don't have anything on, and now when I buy it at the grocery store, now I know there's a reason why it's $28, for that little bottle, so, but it's, you can't go back. You cannot go back to, any other thing other than real Vermont maple syrup.
Oh yeah.
After you have it, because it's not overly, it is, it's all sugar, but it doesn't taste like fake sweet. And it's just, oh my God, it's so good. I just used the last of my last jug this weekend, and you go to crack the lid and all the sugar's crystallized around it. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, Jennifer's nieces are up in that area, and we got some Vermont syrup, and like you said, it's a whole different ball game. This is called, I'm sorry, it's called Bow Hill, and it was a pure juice blend from Rubel and Jersey blueberries, harvested from bushes planted in 1947. So these people have been doing it for a while.
Wow.
Yep. And it's served by 4 James Beard award-winning chefs and restaurants. $20 for a 16-ounce bottle, and it's worth it. It is worth every fucking penny of it. But yeah, Vermont, like you said, when you're getting that stuff, you get Vermont real syrup. It's like, dude, no matter what else you have, it'll never taste the same.
Yeah,
Never.
you're you know, and the older I've gotten, it's just like I don't want, I don't want fake stuff anymore. I don't mind spending, because I have a little more disposable income now. I don't mind spending like good money, like to get good stuff, Jessica a little bit, not so much. I mean, she doesn't mind some of the fake stuff or less expensive stuff, but it's like, you know what, if I'm going to buy something, it's just, I want the best now, it's just, I mean, I'm still happy going to like Outback or something, or Texas Roadhouse. I don't have to go to Peter Luger's for a steak or anything, but I just want good, I don't mind, like, like Ray, I don't know if Ray's still on or not. He's got, I hate using that word hole in the wall, but it's a small mom and pop, burgers, barbecue, and you go, me and Jessica go in there, and we have dinner, and like, it's not cheap by any means. I mean, it's easy to spend, $60, for dinner for 2 people.
Yeah.
But it's the best food. It's the best, it's just, he renders his own fat for the fryers to fry the Sidewinder fries. It's just everything about it. It's like, everything's fresh every day. They don't have freezers and even coolers full of food, like, so they shop every day. And it's just, so, I go in there and it's just like, if I go to Applebee's and I spent $60, I'm like, I'm pissed off. It's like, it shouldn't cost this much.
Right.
But you go up there and it's just like, don't care. Don't care what it costs. Yeah.
No, even fast food is expensive. It's a lot of the bar, even a barbecue place, like you said, if you go, it's off the beaten path a little bit. Or it's if you drive by, you wouldn't even notice it. You just drive by it every day. Yeah. And you stop in there, you drop $50-$60 or whatever, but it's freaking fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic. We picked up a few barbecue places around in our area. But just, it is good food, and you don't mind paying a little bit extra for it. Yeah. And then because Simpsonville's is starting to grow now. It's been growing, but we're getting everything's popping up left and right. And it's all these damn chains and stuff, and it's like, I just want to see. I like seeing the originals just kind of pop up on their own. The Bourbon Barn down the street from us, the Bourbon and Wine Barn, that they had their smoking area outside. They have their patio, and they have a nice humidor, and they have a little bar, the beer section. They have their own food truck. Yeah. And Joe and I went down there, when they did their reopening and they did their second grand opening with the outside patio. We had their wings. They're fantastic. Yeah. If you're a good food truck like that, something that is just a little bit different. I don't give a shit, about these like you said, I don't mind. I will go to a Texas Roadhouse or a Chili's or something like that, get some decent food. But, I like going to smaller places, kind of off the beaten path. We have a place around here. It's a chain. There's a couple of them, but it's called Another Broken Egg.
Yeah, I ate there once when I saw you guys, because we're outside the hotel that I stayed at.
Great food. Great, real solid food. Good service, good food. I had good biscuits and gravy there. Yeah, I asked the waitress, and it's like, how are the biscuits and gravy? She goes, oh, it's the best. The gravy's the best. And I want to be like,
everyone's gravy is the best. It's sausage, flour, and milk. That's it.
What kind of sausage are you using?
That is the key is the good sausage, but it's like hold your tits, lady. Yeah, hold your tits, lady. It's the same 3 ingredients everybody's using. Not everybody can have the best sausage gravy.
A little bit of pepper in there. Oh my god!
Yeah,
they have really good food.
And Gary, a lot of people can make their own brisket. I don't want to spend that much time. I just want to go up to Ray's and I want to get a little portion of brisket. I don't want to have to eat brisket every day for like 7 days going to work. Anybody want some brisket? I've got 9 pounds left.
Exactly. Because Jen will do that. She's like, I'm like right now. She made this. What did you make, Jennifer? I think a prime steak or something. Prime rib.
It'd be like Christmas story. There's brisket chili, brisket gravy, brisket and eggs.
She makes this, and it's fantastic. It's like the first day you eat it, you're like, this is awesome. The next day, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make prime rib hash. Screw the corned beef, right? Prime rib. I chop it up nice and fine with the potatoes and fry it up. I'm like, good. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna throw it in the pan and sear it, and then you're like, okay. I'm kind of sick of this now, but I still have about 3 pounds in the refrigerator. And then it's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to cut some of this up and put it in dog food because Krim could probably use some. Now the fucking dog is eating freaking high end.
Now the dog's eating prime rib.
And I'm like, and then by the end of the freaking time, now the freaking furry freaking creatures of Tilden Woods now get to enjoy about 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds of very expensive. And Jennifer, she does the whole thing where she puts the heat in the oven, cooks it, and then turns off the heat and lets it sit for like 5 hours or something crazy like that. Just great stuff. But like you said, if I want brisket, I want to go somewhere and go, I want brisket. And then someone will be like, for just $10 more, you can get like a whole brisket instead of that serving. And you're like, yeah, for $10 more, I'll have brisket until I'll never want to eat brisket for like 3 months. I still like my brisket moments.
It's the same when I make chili, like every night, it's like after day 3, it's like, just throw the rest of it out. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah. This isn't 1978 where my mom would make freaking spaghetti sauce because we didn't have a lot of money. It was like, okay, we're eating spaghetti for the week.
Yeah.
And that's what you freaking ate. Now it's like Jennifer, like you said, she makes great chili. After day 3, I'm like, listen, I'm chilied out. I'd rather eat a freaking peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch than eat another bowl of
chili. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because then you start getting creative. It's like, okay, a bowl of chili. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some chili. I'm going to put them over some chips, and then some guacamole and some sour cream. That's going to be this is how I'm going to fool myself that this isn't really chili.
I'll do a Western omelet with a little chili on it.
Put some chili on top of it.
Like chili and cheese, and then I'll have some nachos with some chili and cheese for lunch, and then then maybe I'll throw the chili over a bowl of spaghetti or macaroni noodles for dinner, and it's just like tricking your body into to thinking it.
Gary, we make it and freeze it. Yeah, you know what, Gary, we would freeze it too, but there's one problem. Our freezer is filled with like 50 bags of broccoli and corn and whatever freaking vegetables Jennifer buys, and then forgets that we have it in the freezer and then buys it again. And then I'll open up, I'll be like, hey, can we have quinoa for dinner? She's like, why? I said, because I got enough quinoa here to freaking feed a vegetarian army, because it's, we have all this stuff in there, or it's, Wyatt's, his palate is very, very basic. It's frozen pizza and chicken nuggets. So I have like my whole refrigerator out here is all dedicated to Wyatt, which is, anything from Purdue natural nuggets to freaking Dino nuggets to Totino's pizzas and everything else. But other than that,
I got to be Purdue on the nuggets. No Dino, none of that fake process. But then again, like I said, Totino's though. You give me a Totino's. I mean, I'll take a Totino's over any pizza out there. Any pizza. That cracker crust like they use. Oh my God. It's amazing. Fold it in half and just eat it like a taco. Whole
that
thing.
And Wyatt eats, and I've actually had a pizza with good. It's called Jack's Pizza. It's really thin.
Yeah.
you do these little individual pizzas.
Yeah.
I literally, I'll turn on the freaking the air fryer, like 400. I'll put it on 10 minutes, and I'll turn it on, and I'll put it in and keep it in while it's heating. Probably like 7 minutes later, it's done.
Jessica got me on my egg rolls, or not egg roll, pizza rolls. Cook up the pizza rolls. Once they're done, put them in a bowl, a stainless bowl with some melted butter and some red chili pepper flakes, and you toss them, and then put them back in the air fryer for just a couple of minutes. Oh my God. Wow, so good.
Just made my freaking left artery clog up.
Yeah. Oh my God. So make sure you get on KMA for freezer junk foods. Is that would make a good one. I'd like to, I can't wait to hear what their next tale of the tape is. So, but yeah,
hey, we talked about this before. We talked about how much we love it. Have you gone to McDonald's and tried their fried pie?
I have not.
I don't know how long it's going to be around for.
Yeah, I don't know. Just I wasn't a fan of it back in the day. It was okay.
Oh, you weren't? Oh,
yeah. I mean, it was okay. I would, if I was going there, I would, would you like a hot apple pie with that? God damn it, I want a hot apple pie with that. Just add that to my bill. So
not that freaking.
That is the next one. Oh, freezer junk foods. Oh, yeah. God,
we'll sell at that.
Yeah.
Kidding me? That's the freaking. Just go in and open up your freezer and be like, okay, I got my list. Come on.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, just pull it open. It's always various potato products, be it fries, shoestring, crinkle cut, steak fries, because I'm always in the mood for a different one. Maybe a tot.
Give me a tater tot over anything.
I'm tater tot over anything.
Me too. So. Me too. I used to love curly fries and stuff like that, but I'll tell you what, man. Give me a good deep fried tot that's crispy.
Yeah. I go to whenever I'm at Walmart, like on the weekends, if I got to go pick something up, they always have like that little kiosk that has the hot food, like in the like the middle of the store, and they have what's called these tater kegs, and it's like a tater tot that you only get 3 of them inside this package, but it's a tater tot that's like 8 times the size of a tater tot, and they're like cheesy gooiness in the middle. They're called tater kegs.
I'd have to try that because I remember a few years ago, Sonic tried to do sweet potato tater tots. Not good.
No, I mean, I've never had a sweet potato. Yeah, I had a sweet potato fry once about 10 years ago. I didn't like that fry.
I like sweet potatoes, and I do like a good sweet potato fry, but sweet potato tater tot was bad.
That's like a chunk. That's like a chunk, or is it?
It was very soggy. It was not crispy at all. It just wasn't good. It was like,
the sweet potato doesn't lend itself to top form.
No, not with as a tater tot. Sweet potatoes, no, it does not. It is soggy. It's got a funky flavor to it, and it reminded me of years ago. I was with my dad, and we went to go get something to eat. Man, I like a good fish and chips, right?
Yeah.
And they had fish and chips made with salmon. And I love salmon, right? Yeah. Now, first bite, I'm like, this is fantastic. After the third bite, I'm like, this is fucking disgusting. Because salmon is already an oily fish and is very rich in flavor. That with the batter, with the oil, it was just, if you would have cut me, I probably would have started bleeding freaking oil. Yeah, it was just too greasy, too oily. You got to have a good white fish for fish and chips. So there are some things that sound really good till you actually try it, like a sweet potato tater tot or fish and chips made with salmon.
Yeah,
but I like small potato tots. I like normal tater tots. I'd have to give the bigger ones a try. Because I like the bite size, small, ketchup them I don't want the funky cheeses, the chilies. I don't want loaded tater tots. I
I
want
want them
fucking
loaded. Yeah.
I want tater tots and ketchup.
I love, and I do like a good jalapeno popper, but the only thing a jalapeno popper is they're always too big and you can't eat them in, like I said, so you take a bite and you pull the whole jalapeno out, so then you're left with like all the coating and for your second bite, it's, because it's hard to bite them in half because that cheese explodes in your mouth like fucking lava.
It's like, it melts your mouth. Onion rings. I love onion rings. They don't love me. And Jennifer last night realized again that what happens when you buy the generic Gas X, it does not go over well. But I like a good onion ring. But again, I have to really like over the years. It's like those purple onions at Subway. That just you might as well just stab me in the stomach. And mozzarella sticks. Wyatt, freaking, that's his other food group. That's his pyramid. Is pizza, chicken nuggets, and mozzarella sticks.
Jessica's a mozzarella stick.
I'll eat them, but I
eat one. She always like, hey, you split these with me? I go, I'll eat one like I normally do.
You know what I do? I let mine cool down so it's not as gooey.
Yeah, it got to be hot and gooey, but and then onion rings, and if they're fresh onion rings, same thing. You got to like put it in your mouth, and you got to like. And you got to sever that onion, or you pull out the entire onion, and then now you've got crumbles in your hand.
Yep. You have to bite down like you're a fucking pit bull in a freaking pen fighting for your life. You have to.
You have to, and that's why I like the shitty frozen onion rings that, it's like they're making them with like onion paste or something. Cause then you can eat them normally, but I remember my buddy Butch, my tattoo artist, hated onions, everything onion. You couldn't have a meal with onions next to him. He's like, you're gonna have to go sit somewhere else, if we're eating, but Funyuns, he'd tear up bag after bag of Funyun though. Loved him some Funyuns, hated onions out.
That makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, fried pickles are good too, Gary.
Fried pickles, fried okra, but fried pickle.
Fried okra. Okra's good.
Yeah, but a fried pickle. Do you prefer the pickle chip fried or the spear?
I either or. I mean, I could take it. I don't have one preference over the other. One over the other. I think I prefer the spear because usually when they're doing the chips. Like they're never like they come to your table and like you pick one up and you pick up 6 chips because they're all together. It's just like a clump, and now you got trying to dunk this clump and then eat it like an apple. I think there's a common theme here though, and I've heard this. You can deep fry freaking shoelaces and they're going to be good. You deep fry anything and it's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, fried pickles, fried okra is really good. A big fan of it. My all-time favorite, you can ask Jennifer, all-time favorite. If I go into a place and if I see that they're serving fried mushrooms, I got to order them.
Oh, no.
Fried mushrooms are I will always eat a fried mushroom because some folks just kind of batter them, put them in, fry them. Others use really different flavor batters, but I like mushrooms to begin with. I'm a big mushroom fan, big fungus dude. But deep fried mushrooms, I'll eat that over anything else. Anything else we just talked about, I'll pick mushrooms over it that more than tots.
Oh yeah,
or anything else.
No, I've said it before. I said it was Jessica and the kids lived here for 5 years, and before I allowed a mushroom in the house, and it couldn't even be in the house. Didn't want them in the fridge. Didn't want them. And I used to be a chef. I used to cook a ton of mushrooms, and I hated touching them. I hated cooking them. And I used to make a really good mushroom marsala sauce. I mean, I assumed it was good. Everybody raved about it, but I didn't know because I couldn't I couldn't taste it because it had mushrooms in it. So I just made it.
I love mushrooms. No matter what, Jennifer when she made her prime rib the other night, she threw in a bunch of mushrooms with them, and she puts them in a bowl for me. And I'll just freaking eat them.
Gary, I'm the same way. I was off of okra for 20 years.
A little slimy if it's not done right.
couldn't eat it. And then Jessica loved okra, and we went somewhere, and I forget where it was at, and she got fried okra, and I'm like, oh, that actually looks really good. And I tried it, and oh, fantastic! I fell in love with it.
It can be a little too slimy if it's not done right. Okra, it could be very slimy.
Oreos, fried Oreos.
I've had fried Oreos. That was a big. I mean, that wasn't really impressive. Just it actually was a little too greasy for me. I think we were at the state fair. You walk up and they have everything from fried Oreos, fried Twinkies, fried everything. When I tried a fried Oreo, I had to. Wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, the best fried food is the classic, the corn dog. Like, there's no fried food better than the classic corn dog.
Corn dog, corn dog is fantastic. Gary, I see. I don't know why everybody's down on mushrooms, man. Mushrooms are just awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm with Liz. I've never tried a mushroom in my life. But I don't know, just something about them, about that little furry under thing under the cap, and I don't know.
We got to get you to try a mushroom.
No, not going to happen.
Not even deep fried?
No, not going to happen. Disgusting.
Is it the furry thing? The gills?
It's the name, mushroom. It's a fungus. It's a fungus. Name? Yeah, the name. They grow in poop. It's just
everything grows in poop.
Yeah, not directly on top of a pile of poop. Anything that can survive that can't be good for you.
Of course it is, man. So I say you're like mushrooms. You keep me in the dark and they just freaking shovel shit on you. I'm telling you, I bet you Jennifer can make something with mushrooms that you would love.
Yeah, I don't even want to try it. I mean, I'm not even willing to try it. Like, I mean, I don't care what, it's just no.
I'm not even willing to try it.
Not even willing. I'm 50. I'm almost 50.
Yeah.
It's too late in my ways. It's too late in life to try to like new stuff.
I'll eat canned mushrooms, and I can tell when I go to a pizza place, when you order mushrooms on the pizza, I can tell fresh over canned.
Yeah. And and then smoked bacon. I'm baconed out. I'm not, I don't, Jessica, she cooks with bacon with everything. Everything has bacon in it, every dish. And it's just like, I think we did like burgers the other day. She's like, you want some bacon? I'm like, not really. Just kind of baconed out. Don't eat that much bacon anymore.
Jen correct me, it was prime rib that she made.
Oh, okay.
Prime rib. Sorry, thanks, Jennifer. But bacon. I like bacon, but I think I'm like you. The other thing too, I used to eat. I liked a lot of them, kind of over it. But Wyatt loves to eat is Taylor ham. I'm Taylor ham down.
Yeah.
Pork roll.
Pork roll. Yeah, it's I got that way. So we had a friend of Jessica's in Jersey send us like 2 big things of Taylor ham, and so it was like they were like a pound a piece. Like after like 2 weeks, I was fucking Taylor hammed out.
Oh yeah.
And, but I did. I think the final thing I did with it was I made ham salad. Cubed it up really fine and did a Taylor ham. Now I really liked that. Versus ham? a traditional ham salad, because Jessica likes chicken salad. I'm more of a ham salad or egg salad. But that Taylor ham salad, that was actually really good. It's like that saltiness.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. I'm you know what? I like all the different salads. I love chicken salad, I love tuna salad, but ham salad is underrated.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of ham salad. My mom used to make ham salad like after Easter or whatever with leftover ham.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like an Easter ham. Oh, yeah. That's
man.
With the sweet, like the
a little bit of sweetness, like a little sugary from the syrup on that.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I like a good ham salad.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, and when we go up to our local we have like 2 New York style bagel places around us, and both of them have. This weekend I did get a steak because we tried a new place, the steak, egg, and cheese. But I always get Taylor ham, Taylor ham, egg and cheese. That's my fave, my go-to.
Yeah, I'll take that. I mean, honestly, I mean, I'm kind of so Taylor hammed out where Jen will make a sandwich and stuff. I'm like, you know what, man, I actually get recently. I went into our cold cuts and we got boar's head. I'll just get the tavern ham and I'll just put that
Yeah.
on top of it, because I'm kind of like the whole Taylor hammed out. I mean, I just am. I'm over it.
Oh yeah, and then potato salad and coleslaw. I'm not a big coleslaw fan at all, but I was at our local Irish pub 2 weeks ago, and I ate like 4 containers of the coleslaw. It was just something about it that night, because I always try it, and it's just like, it's coleslaw. I usually just leave it, but man,
Yeah,
I don't know what it was, man. I could not get enough coleslaw. It was that was the most I'd eaten in my life.
Really?
Was that night, and then potato salad. It's got to be like, I make a good potato salad because I cube the potatoes and then I bake them until they're like, till they're like little baked cubes, and then I make potato salad with it, so it's like a little crunchy,
a little crispy.
Like crispy. I like that style of potato salad versus the regular style, but I'm a macaroni salad guy. I like macaroni salad.
Yeah, I prefer potato salad over macaroni salad. Like coleslaw is one of those things where if you it is when I eat coleslaw, it's either really good or it's not good. There is no in between.
There's no it's like
it's either
like
fucking fantastic or it's like that coleslaw sucks.
Yeah, it's like at the Celtic Ray. It's just like, it's either like it's just coleslaw. It's like, just coleslaw, and it's like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
But like when it's good, like the other a couple weeks ago, it was it just keep bringing it.
When it's good, it's good. I even used to like the little freaking plastic containers of like the finely chopped, like processed coleslaw because that had good flavor to it. I'll eat that over some of the freaking fancier coleslaws. Coleslaw is either good or bad. Potato salad, again, it's like even average potato salad can be fixed with salt and pepper. That's
exactly. And unless you're one of those assholes that put raisins in it.
No, that's too white girlish. You're baking the potato pieces are almost along you're getting more Caucasian with that procedure. But it sounds interesting because I wouldn't mind trying that to have a little bit of crunch to my potato salad. But raisins, no.
And then people that put celery chunks in like tuna salad or egg salad or chicken salad, and I bite into it and I bite a chunk of celery.
My mom would put celery in her. My mom made the best potato salad. She put celery in it, but she diced it like fine.
No. So in a
perfect. But like you said,
in a potato salad or I celery, if it's fine, like the slivers, that's fine. Because that's like a potato salad thing, but I'm like in an egg salad, like between 2 slices of bread, and I crunch into a piece of celery. It just makes me want to kick a baby.
It's a very bad consistency flaw because celery will add that extra peppery component naturally without adding pepper. So if you chop it up, if you ever had like celery salt or even eat some celery, it has a little bit of a peppery flavor to it, that little peppery tinge to it. So that's what's really nice about it. I do like a good macaroni salad, and pasta salad too is another one. For me,
oh yeah,
it's either really good or it's just lazily done. It's just freaking. All you did was just boiled some pasta, you threw some oil and vinegar in it, and whatever. It was done. A good pasta salad can really pop. Jennifer, actually, believe it or not, this is what's funny. Recently, she got me. I'll get cans and containers, little packets of tuna, and I'll have that for lunch. Just for my lunch, I'll eat it right out of the can. So she got these little metal bowl container, whatever, and it was tuna fish and quinoa. fantastic. And then there was tuna fish and pasta salad. It was really good.
Yeah,
You got to mix it up. You got to mix it up, but I'll tell you what, that little container is like 250 calories, 220 calories, whatever it was. A lot of protein in it, both, especially quinoa, freaking filling, fantastic.
Yeah, Kalamazoo, a celery city. Did not know that. We grow a lot of celery up in Sarasota. They have like the celery fields up there. But yeah, celery? Raisins and broccoli salad. I haven't had a broccoli salad in probably 10 years.
Yeah, because no one likes broccoli salad. You know, I've had it, like you said, when I'll see it and I'll be like, hey, you got broccoli salad. There's a reason why I don't eat broccoli salad.
Yeah, and like, oh, that's right. This sucks.
Why.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
Like, oh, so they soak broccoli in milk and add a little bit of sugar. Oh, that's just not.
Yeah, it's like they're always trying to make cauliflower into different things. Hey, you want some cauliflower nuggets instead of chicken nuggets? No. You know, I make a cauliflower like instead of mashed potatoes, I used
I've had that. Good.
Yeah,
I do like that.
I've had my mom has made it. It's the texture is a little weird for me, you know, but I'll eat it. She throws some cheese in there, and it's not bad, but it's just like, were they out of potatoes? You know, it's
you know, you're vegetarian and you're substituting a starch, which, you know, it didn't have parents. That potato didn't have parents. You can still eat it. For you know, this you know, broccoli or cauliflower potato or mashed potatoes or mashed cauliflower. But that became really big during the whole, you know, Atkins diet, where it was, you know, all proteins, no starch. So you had that. And I've had some really, really, really good mashed cauliflower. I do like cauliflower in general, though. That, you know, I like it. You know,
I prefer broccoli over cauliflower, but I love cauliflower.
Yeah, no, I like it steamed. I've even had deep fried cauliflower, which is really good. I saw something I wanted to send you, and I got to look for it again. I'll see. There's a guy making sushi and using hot dogs.
Oh yeah,
sushi hot dog. So he basically would take like, you know, a rice, you know, like they make him, and then he'd make his sauce. And then he would take a freaking cooked hot dog and he would like lay it in there and then put it on top. So it looked like, you know, like how they lay the fish on top.
Yeah.
And then he deep fried a hot dog and put it in one, like instead of deep frying a shrimp. And then he diced it up and put it. Actually looked pretty interesting.
Yeah, Gary. Now I've heard like the cauliflower crust pizza. I've seen those, you know, and like in the frozen. I would prefer, if I was somewhere and like to try one, like if that was like their specialty or something, I would like to just try that to see what that tastes like. You know,
I would have to try that if it was at a good pizzeria.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the thing is, you know, and you guys, especially, you know, Jessica, the further south you move, the less good pizza options you have. So when you find a good pizza freaking option, you go there and you just milk it for everything it's got until they finally decide either to continue. Like we probably there's two pizza places we used to go to that were our favorite places to go, and then they end up freaking, you know, leaving it, you know, and leaving it to their son or a family member, and then they fuck it up. And then you're back to shitty pizza, and then you got to find someone else who's like, "Are you talk a little bit more because I want to hear your accent. If it sounds like Jersey or New York, okay, we know we're in the right section." Or like when we were in went to Louisville, you know, besides everyone trying to get us to go to fucking Subway, we went to a Luigi's pizza place, and I'm like, half the people behind the counter don't speak English; they speak Italian. I'm dealing with two people who are navigating the communication. We're at the right spot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, we've got one really good pizza. We got a couple nice pizza places we like going to. And the one is, you know, he's an award-winning pizza chef. He trained in Italy. His the pizza pans are like these blue steel imported from Italy. He won competitions for making pizza in Italy, and it's crazy good pizza. It's insane good pizza. So yeah, but the service kind of sucks. So we don't go, it's a 45-minute drive, and it's just like, do we really want shit service even though the fucking food is so good?
I know. We had some bad experiences at the Slice. It's down in Simpsonville, and it was always producing good pizza. And in the last couple of times we went, just sucked. And we're like, fuck. That place is right down the street from us. We used to go to, and they had this chicken Caesar salad, and they had these big homemade freaking croutons that were fantastic.
Yeah.
And then those big homemade croutons start turning into small homemade croutons. And then it was just like, you know what, man, it's you're downsizing yourself out of business. But Jennifer goes to someplace now, I can't think of the name of it. But what she'll do is she'll get they have a Pinky Tuscadero pizza, and it's made with this pink vodka sauce. And then you can get that on the side. So we'll get that on the side, then make pasta for a night or two and eat off of it after eating pizza, and it's fantastic. Great pizza, folds great drip, great freaking, you get the right pizza, it's got the right slope, when you freaking pull it out. But it's once you find a good pizza place, man, you got to stick with it, because it's it does get tougher as the further south you move. You go up north, you swing a dead cat around and freaking hit a couple good pizza places.
Yeah. I forget the pizza that I'm hooked on at Bella Napoli. The guy, like I said, that award-winning guy, and that's what he's known for. Because he created his own, and it's what is the name of that style of pizza that that he has? Let's see. I'm on their website now. It's like a Roman style Roman pizza. So really good. He does. He started getting in. He slacked off. He was starting to get into doing a lot of TikToks on how he shows people how he makes his the different doughs for all his various pizzas and breads, and he does like the 96-hour fermentation for the Roman versus like the 48-hour fermentation for this pizza, and and it's just I learned a lot about dough. So
what's funny is we were talking, this was actually one of the pizza places that we used to go to that then went downhill, but they were talking about the pizza's not that good tonight. They're like, oh well, such and such isn't back there. The other guy is like, what? They're like, oh no, he really, you learn why they need the dough and what they're doing, and the actual chemical reaction that's occurring, eliminating air bubbles, doing the whole 9 yards. And if you have someone who does it properly, like you said, not only fermenting the dough, but also what happens once you're kneading it and you're spreading it out for the pizza, you get someone who knows what they're doing. That's where you get really good crust. If you got someone who's clueless, that's where you get inconsistencies and shit.
That's it. All right. Well, and then don't tell don't diss Marcos if the pausers are listening. Yeah, they're from Alaska. They don't have any good food at all. Like they're not, yeah. So all right, I think we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it at that. Marcos makes shit pizza, but I'll eat it if it's the only thing around.
Yeah, I can't. I'd rather eat frozen pizza than eat like a Marcos or like some of these shit pizzas. I'd rather, like you said, I'd rather pop in a Totino's or Jack's and eat something like that, man.
That's it. All right. We want to thank everybody for coming on, spending a couple hours of your Monday night with us. We definitely appreciate it. And we'll see you back here next Monday night.
Next Monday, yeah. All right, man.
Yeah.